Hey everybody, it's Pavo and welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd basically give a little update on where I've been and what's going on with the lack of videos and the videos that shall be coming. So I guess I'll just start from the very beginning. For those of you that know, last year I was on a year in industry with my university. So I was off doing a placement, doing all sorts of complicated coding, cybersecurity stuff. But then I'd come home at the end of the day and I'd just be completely exhausted by doing coding all day that I wouldn't want to do anything else. So it took up so much of my time, and that's why the videos last year were just so sparse. There weren't very many of them, why there weren't very many mod updates either. So I wanted to have a bit of a break over summer so I could do some stuff of my own, so I could go on holiday, just so I could chill out basically. So that's essentially what I did. I went back to my hometown, which is Coventry. I don't know if any of you know of that. It's right in the middle of England. And I was stopping at my grandparents' house because my parents have just bought a new house and it's being completely renovated. They had to put a new roof on it. It's got no central heating, so they've got to put in all the pipes and all the radiators and the boilers and stuff. It had a kitchen, but the thing in the kitchen was like a log fire cooker. So they've got to completely remodel that. So it's going to be a lot of work and it's going to be very, very expensive. So I was helping doing a bit of that over summer too, which was a bit of manual labor on my part, which I've not particularly done a lot of, but I love gardening, so I was helping to weed the garden and stuff. But yeah, I was stopping at my grandparents' house, and my grandparents do not have very good Wi-Fi because they don't really need it at all. So when I was there, I didn't really have much access to the internet, so I couldn't record any Zoocrafting videos while I was at home. And also because there were so many of us living in the house, it was always super noisy, so I couldn't do anything without getting distracted, or I'd just be told that I was being a bit antisocial. I've spent the whole year being away from home, and now being at home, just locking myself up in my room wasn't the nicest thing to do. So I was trying to be a bit social, and yeah, I just couldn't record and stuff. In fact, the best Wi-Fi was if you sat next to the printer, because the printer was plugged straight into the modem, and that had the strongest signal. So if I wanted to use anything like Twitter or Snapchat or something, I would have to go and sit next to the printer in order to get it to work. Saying that though, I did download a couple of single player games. So I downloaded Prey, which is probably one of my favourite games ever. It took the whole day to download, a good solid 24 hours, because as I said, the internet was not very good. But I just ended up loving that game so much. It's a horror game, and for those of you that have watched the first few videos on my channel, I did an adventure map, which was a horror style adventure map, and I'm just not very good at jump scares, so I would just jump a mile, or I'd scream, or I'd do something completely embarrassing like fall off my chair, which I have done. So this game was quite, how do I put it into words? Terrifying to play, but it was by the same people that made Dishonored and Dishonored 2 and Dishonored 3, Dishonored Death of the Outsider, and I absolutely adore those games. I love the art style, it's absolutely insane, and just all the story and everything behind it. They are definitely my favourite game developers. I'd really love to go and work for them someday, but I don't think I'm talented enough, but honestly, it's a life dream. But yeah, that game was terrifying. I could only play it when somebody else was in the house because I'm that much of a wimp. I also got the game Tomb Raider, the new one, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which I also loved. It's got such awesome action scenes, but it's got so many puzzles, and I love puzzles as a coder. I mean, you sort of live and breathe puzzles basically, and I just love that game. Heard some reviews saying it wasn't very good because of how puzzle based it was, but no, I loved it. It's just amazing. I love the whole Tomb Raider series. So that was another awesome addition to the series too. I completed it in 2 days, which I probably shouldn't have done. I should have perhaps spent a bit more time on it, because yeah, I mean, if you complete a game in 2 days, you've not really looked at everything. There was so much stuff that I did want to do over the summer though. For example, I wanted to learn to drive. Unfortunately, I didn't get around to doing that because I was spending so much time helping at my parents' house. I wanted to go abroad. Basically, I renewed my passport, and when it arrived, it just sat there and I did nothing with it. Seri also came down to London for a couple of weeks, and I really wanted to go visit her, but unfortunately she was not available. She was too busy, but that would have been an amazing opportunity. But oh well, maybe sometime in the future, maybe I'll go over to the States and see how many Zoocrafters I can visit there. I did, however, update exotic birds to 1.12. 1.13 will be coming soon, whenever the Forge is released for that. I've also updated the Zoocraft Discoveries mod to 1.12, which I know a lot of you are excited about. I am going to say one thing though, I don't think I'm going to be adding any more animals or new content to it. I'll happily update it for future versions, but I won't be adding any more models to it. It just takes up so much time, and I like to focus some more of my time on some personal projects like creating games and stuff, which leads me on to the third thing that I did, which I'm super happy with. So for one of my final year university assignments, I have to work on creating a online multiplayer game, and if I remember, I'll try to put some clips of it on this video. But it's basically like a 2D game where you go out, explore the ocean, and you battle pirates and collect treasure and trade for resources and stuff. So I came up with the entire concept all by myself. All the assets are done by myself, and all the coding is done by myself, and I'm super happy with how it's turned out. I wouldn't say it's completely finished yet, but it's most of the way there. But I'm super happy with it, and hopefully you guys can get to play it in the future. I'd love to hear some of your feedback as well, because I do need to do some playtesting. And I guess that leads on to basically what I'm doing now. So I have moved back to university, which is up in Manchester, and I've also moved flat. So before I was basically right above the ring road, so you could hear all the traffic in Manchester, all the police cars that went by, all the really angry drivers that wanted to toot their horns at everything and anything. And I'm now in it's a much quieter area of Manchester. I am right next to a road again, but it's quite a quiet road. You don't get much traffic going down there. It's meant to be a 20-mile-an-hour zone, but the bikes and the cars that go through do not go at 20 miles an hour, so those are going to be the noisy things you'll hear in the background. But hopefully it's not as bad as the place I was at before. I also don't have any people playing like really bassy music. I have got a really awesome flatmate. He's absolutely amazing. He's probably one of the best flatmates that I've had since being in Manchester. The only thing is he can only concentrate when he is playing music, and I'm like the complete opposite. I need complete silence to concentrate. So I can only get work done when he's out the flat and vice versa. But anyway, it's really fun. I really am looking forward to this year. I've also applied to be the course rep for my university course. So basically, if anyone in my class has got some problems with something, they can come and tell me, and then I will tell that to like a higher up lecturer, and sometimes the course gets fixed and stuff. So I am super like pumped about that too, because it's just a position of responsibility, and I also get a free hoodie for it, and it's just, I don't know, I just like the fact that I'm doing something like that, because it's something that pushes me out my comfort zone, because I wouldn't really do something like that otherwise. And also, for those of you that play Pokemon Go, I have recently got back into it. So I'm going to put my Pokemon Go like friend code on the screen so that you can add me if you want. I will send you gifts and stuff. I really want to get a Farfetch'd, because Farfetch'd is my favorite Pokemon. Unfortunately, they are regional exclusives, and apparently I like missed the big long time that you can hatch them from eggs. So I don't think I'm going to be getting one anytime soon. We did have a bit of an internet issue up here in Manchester too, so we swapped over from Sky, and Basically, we had 2 weeks without internet when they were telling us that we did have internet, but we weren't getting anything our end. And then it turns out that they'd come and disconnected the wrong cable. So we were basically living in caveman days here, and that's quite a long time, especially when you've got university work to do. But it all got fixed in the end, and the internet here is so much quicker than like the last place I was at. So I am very impressed with that. As for what's going to happen with Zoocrafting, I have not stopped Zoocrafting. I keep getting a lot of comments going like, why have you stopped at season 2? Please bring a season 3. And I definitely will. I'm not quite ready for it yet, because final year of university has a lot of work, and I'd like getting my work done and out the way so I can relax and stuff. So whenever that happens, we will be getting a Zoocrafting Series 3, and as I said, I'd like to do it when like my flatmate's out so that it's a bit quieter. Don't know if that's going to happen or when that's going to happen, but we shall see. So it's definitely not cancelled, and it will be coming. I don't know how soon. There will definitely be more Zoocrafting episodes, I just can't promise you when, unfortunately. So please stick around, and you'll all be notified whenever that goes up. So yeah, thank you for your patience and thank you for the support. I did hit 4,000 subscribers, which is honestly insane. That's like incredible. That's so many of you. I can't believe that you're all here, to be honest. But yeah, thank you all for your support. And I guess that's it from me. I hope you all had a good summer and that you have a good autumn. What events happen in autumn? Thanksgiving, Halloween. I hope you celebrate whatever it is that you celebrate in autumn, and it's completely great for you. And I will see you all around. So thank you all for listening, and yeah, I'll see you soon.